A woman trapped in her delusions of grandeur lives as though she's above everyone else, yet deep down, she knows she has no real talent. Her pride becomes both her mask and her cage, until a quiet confrontation forces her to face the truth. Marilyn Ado, a beautiful young, elegant in posture and sharp-tongued, she walks with the confidence of royalty, but has failed at almost everything: business, music, public speaking, even basic relationships. Deep down, she's painfully aware of her mediocrity, but would rather die than admit it. Marilyn walks through town in bright, flashy clothes, high heels clicking against the pavement, sunglasses on, hair fixed. She walks past people she grew up with, some now teachers, designers, or business owners, and waves nonchalantly, barely stopping to speak. She believes they settled. She spends her days giving vague motivational speeches on Instagram Live from her bedroom, using quotes she barely understands. She refuses to look for work, insisting she's building a brand. At family events, she speaks with pride about projects and networks and influence that don't exist. Everyone smiles politely. Her cousin Henry tries to suggest she join a project his company is working on. She laughs. IT. That's for people who couldn't think big. Henry says, "So, cousin, I'm working on this new project, government data migration. We could use someone to manage client calls. I thought of you." Marilyn chuckles dryly. "Me? Please. I wasn't born to pick up calls for a living. That's for people who think inside the box," Henry says. "But you're not doing anything right now. It's good pay and..." Marilyn cutting him off. "Henry, no offense. But I don't chase pay. I attract legacy." Privately, Marilyn lies on her bed most days, staring at the ceiling. Her CV folder is empty. Her bank account is low. But instead of asking for help, she puts on another layer of foundation and steps out like a queen. At a networking event Anita invited her to, Marilyn shows up overdressed and overconfident. She criticizes a presentation and tries to impress guests with buzzwords. Anita gently pulls her aside and asks, "Marilyn, what exactly do you do now?" Marilyn stammers. "I strategize. I manage personal brands." Anita smiles kindly. "If you ever want help with real branding or training, come see me." Marilyn frowns. "I don't need help, Anita. I'm not like the rest of you. I was meant for something bigger." Back home, Marilyn scrolls through social media. Everyone she once mocked is making progress. Even people she used to call talentless have growing careers or families. She opens her wardrobe, full of clothes she can no longer afford to maintain. Her stomach growls. She eats plain bread in silence. She begins recording a video. Sometimes, the world doesn't understand greatness. But halfway through, her voice cracks. She turns the camera off. Tears fall. Not loud sobs, just quiet, defeated tears. Auntie Rose visits and finds the house unkempt. She doesn't scold. She just says, "Pride can dress like royalty, but it sleeps hungry too." Later that night, Marilyn opens her laptop, looks up free courses in digital marketing and copywriting. She doesn't tell anyone. Not yet. Over weeks, she slowly learns. She fails at first. She cries some nights. But this time, the pride doesn't stop her. She sends Anita a message. "Hey? About that offer. Is it too late to learn?" Anita replies within minutes. "Never too late. Come by next week." Marilyn stands by a small window in Anita's office, holding a mug. She looks plainer now, no dramatic outfit, no heels, but there's peace in her eyes. For the first time, she doesn't feel like a fraud. I thought I had a crown. But I never had a kingdom. Now, I'm building one, brick by brick. Quietly. After years of pretending to be more than she was, Marilyn finally embraces the beauty of being real. She starts small, works hard, and finds not only stability, but peace, love, and meaning in the life she once looked down on. Marilyn arrives early. Dressed simply in a white blouse, flat shoes, and a tote bag. She no longer walks like royalty, just like someone ready to walk. Anita smiles at Marilyn and say, "You're early today. I'm glad you are improving." Marilyn replies, "I didn't want to miss anything. I used to be late, a lot." Few weeks later, she starts with basic branding tasks like replying to client emails, organizing digital files, and taking online copywriting tutorials after work. She's clumsy at first but puts in the effort. 6 months later, Anita lets Marilyn handle her first client brief. Marilyn presents calmly, her voice steady, no exaggerated English, no buzzwords. One of the clients met Marilyn and said, "I love how you captured our story without sounding too loud." Marilyn smiles and says, "Thank you. I used to be loud. Now, I prefer clarity." Back at home, Marilyn pays rent on time. She has her own room, a work desk, a mini bookshelf, and a potted plant. She buys her first second-hand car. It's not fancy, but it works. Kwame stops by one weekend with a friend, Joseph, a quiet graphics artist. He's kind, laughs easily, and isn't impressed by loud people. Marilyn surprises herself by being real around him. Joseph asks Marilyn politely, "So what do you do?" Marilyn genuinely says, "I write brand stories. And I listen more than I talk, these days." Marilyn and Joseph's friendship grows slowly, walks in the park, brainstorming campaigns, shared silence while working side by side. Marilyn now runs a small creative firm with Anita as a mentor. She trains other young women like she once was, lost in pride and image. Auntie Rose attends her first event, proud and teary. Auntie Rose spoke to Marilyn after the conference. They had a long and deep conversation. Auntie Rose asked, "So, no more crown?" Marilyn laughs softly and says, "Just peace. That's all I ever needed." I chased thrones in empty rooms. But all I needed was a seat at a real table. A pen in my hand, peace in my mind. And love that didn't need impressing. This is my kingdom now. Built from truth, not titles.